everyone, welcome! It's so good to see you. Happy Saturday streams. Let me get my windows going here so I can see chat and see what's going on. What is up? Hey Teeth Engraved, hey Coca-Luck. No, you didn't miss today's stream. I'm just late because I had too many things to set up today. Hello Penguin Bean, thanks for coming out. We're gonna have some fun today. Holy crap, 5 viewers and I haven't even done anything yet. Alrighty, welcome. So first of all, I just want to shout out a couple of new faces we've had over the last couple of weeks and say it's good to be back. I was really sick the other week and I'm better now, so yay. Madam Sultana, thank you for the follow. Cumin, thanks for the follow. It was nice to chat about pet rats with you in the Discord. Admiral Entropy, welcome and thank you for the follow. And thank you for sharing your Max patch in our Discord. That's going to be awesome. We can play around with that today. Our brave leader here being the first one to share his work with the group. We're going to play around with that. And let's see, Chris 3am, thanks for the follow. Welcome. And Roscoe, thanks for the follow. Let's see, looking forward to chatting with you. Sekatai, thank you for joining us. And 12 Destro 12, thanks for joining. And Jay from last stream, nice to see ya. All right, let me, since I'm talking about Discord here, let me drop the link in the channel in case anyone here hasn't joined. Yeah, we are a small little community, but yeah, I've been having some fun lately. If you want to come out and join us, this is a good place to shoot the shit with other musicians and programmers and share your work and get some help debugging it from the community. Our brave first person today shared a cool wavetable synth that we're going to play around with. And just a little disclaimer that every single programmer I've ever talked to, especially in Max MSP, shares their work and says, I'm sorry, it's really messy, I'm still working on it. Every single one without fail. So you're not alone. It's fine. We want works in progress. Nothing is ever perfect. If we shot for perfection, nothing would ever be finished. That's a lesson I'm still trying to learn too. But, you know, we just keep chipping away at stuff together, and that's the whole idea. So let's start off today with a little bit of jamming. We've got our PS3 all connected up here. We can see the buttons coming in. PS3 controller, not the actual PS3. And I've got our session loaded up from last time. I'm just going to map these notes and make sure that's still working and that we're in a good place. So we got, let's see, we got a beat. And we've got, this should be C1. So let's put that on square. I believe we want this guy. Let's see if that makes sound. I think I see notes coming in. Yep, just kind of quiet. Let's pause our beat. Hello? Oh, I know what's happening. Filter! Gotta remember the filter. And we have that mapped to something, I believe. Ah, yes, our right joystick. Now we're hearing stuff. All right. I was scared for a moment there. So let's see. Joystick mappings are working. That's our filter. Nice. And then I think the left joystick was doing, yep, dry wet on our pedal. And up down is doing dry wet on our reverb. That's right. Sweet! Alright, stuff is working. Let's get the rest of our notes here. So the way we have it to map a note, we just click the button, and then we click a note up here. C sharp. Just think we started from scratch here. Been quite a few weeks, but it's coming along. X is going to be D sharp. Circle is going to be E. And R2 is going to be F. Yeah, that's working. Nice. Oh my goodness. Got a follow from Foregathers. Ah. Well, thank you for the follow. Next, we're going to say L1 is... How far did we make it? Sorry, I got distracted. R2 is F. L1 is F sharp. L2 is G. Is that right? We going all the way up? Yep. Yep, that's working. Nice. Yeah, that's all working. Bet this would sound even cooler if I put the delay after the filter. And let's turn on toggle. Make sure that's still working. Leaves my hands free to play with the joysticks. Nice! So yeah, things are working. Hell yeah, chat. All notes off with select. Turn off toggle. Turn off our beat. Nice. Alright. So, what shall we do first? I guess first of all, let's add something to this. I want to play with this cool plugin that I got, courtesy of Mark Towers. This is called Coda, and it is badass. It is by Audiere, and you can get it on Splice. I will drop a link to that in our Discord, and as well as in the chat. Let's see. I'm going to drop you... Here's a video about it as well. I'm going to pause this. And we will play around with it. Bear with me for a second, chat. So there's a link to a video. And let's lock and load. So what we need is a drum rack. Let's go find a cool looking, cool sounding drum rack. This works with both drum rack and instrument rack, but we're gonna start with a drum rack. What shall we use? Give me a moment, chat. Let's figure out what we want here. What do we want to do? Sounds. I had a cool one a little while ago. Hold up. Ah, here we go. That's what I was looking for. It's under drums. Silly me. Depth charger kit. So let's see. Coda. All you need to do is drag it into your Max MIDI effect folder and open it up and hit map. And then we have, this does other stuff, but this was what really grabbed me. This will automatically map itself to the 8 macro knobs that you have on your drum rack, and then you can sequence them, just like you would notes. And you can sequence them independently of notes, which is what I find so fun. So I'm going to turn on, well, let's make a pattern first. And actually, I wonder if we can play this with our... Well, let's start off with just a pattern. We need a kick drum. Let's do this, and let's make sure this isn't insanely loud. Yeah, alright. Do something that goes with our beat here. Where's the snare? Here's the snare. Here's another snare. There's a clap. Yeah, let's do that. Nice. Cool. Let's put in some hi-hats. Alright, nice. Let's make these a little quieter. Cool. And let's duplicate this pattern. Make it a little longer, perhaps. Give us a little roll here. Get your roll on. Yeah. Works for me. Alright, now the magic. So let's turn on, for Coda, we're going to turn on the filter knob. And we're going to turn up the amount. And check it out, we can sequence the filter. We can do it independently from our actual beat sequence. So right now our length is 32 16th notes. We could make this maybe even an odd number. Let's make it 12. Nice. Or 24. Add some motion that's separate from our sequence. Sick. Let's turn on the delay too, what the hell. And what I find really cool about this is that even within the device, we can have different lengths of sequences for different parameters. How sick is that? And now we can play along with it. And anyone who wasn't here last week, we had a good time with making this chopped up thing that we're playing here. Fun little trick. You can start with... We started here. With this little sequence. And then we put it through beat repeat and resampled it over here. And then we said, if you control click and say slice to new MIDI track, then it'll chop that up for you in a nice little drum rack here, which we are now able to play with our PlayStation controller. And it's pretty fun because you can kind of think of the buttons in little combos like you would in a fighting game. Like R2 followed by X sounds pretty good to me. Which was sort of the whole point of making this thing. Though we're eventually going to be getting into Max for Live and actually making a synth that goes with it. As well as allowing it to be mapped to whatever we want. And what's also real fun is that I can play this drum rack with the PS3 controller without even doing anything. And the sequence is still going. Here, let's play this instead. You can even do them both at once. I'm a little curious to try it out with a synth as well. Oh, hey, how's it going? So I don't know how to pronounce your name. How's, Aus? Aus GT. Thanks for coming in. Things are good, we're just jamming out here a bit. Let's find another synth here. Strings, thick chord, tidal pool. What do you sound like? Like it. Nice. Yeah, we can work with that. Let's give it maybe a bit of a faster attack. All right. Sure. Ah, thank you. Thank you for thank you for telling me how to pronounce your name. So, the English Aus. Got it. Teeth Engraved says, you should throw down some contact tape plugs. Look in files, download, cassette plug or something. Okay. Yeah, sure, that's a good idea. What the heck? I just want to try throwing coda in with this as well. Max for live. Coda. I think it should work just fine here. I'm gonna say map, go to the knobs. Oh, and it totally does. That's cool. Let's go into our patch and pick a different scale real quick. What did we choose here? Might be major. I guess I could look. What are we? F. A. Alright. Looks like we're D minor. Alright, so we're gonna go for Aeolian D. Come up a couple octaves. Listen for a sec. Ah, yeah, interesting. So, Tidal Pool does full chords here. I'm just gonna play the beat with it. See how that works. Get some volume in here. Oops, wrong thing. Nice. Sounds kind of dubby. Yeah. Let's map our filter cutoff. Nice. It's nice that they mark the beats for you in here too. So, yeah, let's do something like this. Nice. And it'll play with the knobs for you as I jam along. That's freaking cool. I'll put this on the beat. How about this? Nice. Oh, we could probably just throw in another instrument. Let's try, ooh, I don't know, fifth pad. And it does indeed automatically map. Neat. We're mapping the octave knob here. have to do a clip there. Nice. So as you can see, some endless creative possibilities with Coda. And yeah, just wanted to share that with y'all. Good times. So yeah, cassette plugs. Sure, what the hell. Open up contact. Go in files and then download. Hold chat. Where is that? Whoop. Ah, cassette plugs. Found it. Nice. Whoops. Instruments. There we go. Sweet. Yeah. Alright. And yeah, thankfully the way our PS3 controller is set up, we can just send notes straight into any track we want by enabling the MIDI on it. Let's do that. And we could even just halftime this. Oh, that's nice and mellow. I like it. Bring out our handy dandy arpeggiator. I bet that'll be cool. And maybe some delay. Nope, not on that. That's a new track that's wrong. That's just beat repeat talking to itself in the background there. Up one more octave. Maybe put a little bit of little pedal on this for an edge. Little reverb. Yeah. This was a good call, Teeth Engraved. Yeah. Teeth Engraved says right on. Thank you. My one and only subscriber. That's a nice little riff there. Triangle R1 circle. clip that too. Yeah, let's do a little arpeggiator. Midi Arpeggiator. Oh yeah, that's nice. Let's give it a random order. All right, now we're cooking. One more thing. Gonna do audio. Gonna do an filter. Gonna do that before the delay. Gonna jump over to our patch here and map that to a joystick. Gonna pause, I suppose. And after this, we're gonna play around with a wavetable synth from Admiral Entropy. So, map mode. And we want MIDI, frequency. Let's put that on the same joystick as on our other instrument. We're going to go right joystick X, and then we're going to go resonance on Y. Cool. And we're going to make sure to limit those this time. So we need, yeah, this guy, frequency. Let's make it about the same as the other one. 420 kilohertz. Seems to work well. And resonance. 20 to 92. Great. And next, I want to also just map the rate of our arpeggiator. I think that's going to be sick. Let's go left joystick. And we're going to limit that so that it doesn't go totally insane. Yeah, so 8th notes down to 32nd notes. Let's get a little crazy, as Bob Ross would say. We'll go as far as 64th notes. Let's do it. Let's remember to turn map mode off, like I always forget. Joystick works. All right, here we go. Nice! And we can make it more blurry by increasing our arpeggiator speed with our left joystick. Slow it back down. Turn on toggle. Yeah, lovely. Good fun, chat. Let's see. Are we still live? Yes, we are. We're good. Sorry, something looked weird on my stream manager here. 2 seconds, chat, and let's change gears. We got another new little toy to play with. Okay, cool. Thanks, Ethan Graven. Glad I'm still here. Much appreciated. So, yeah, let's change gears. We got 2 other things I want to do during the stream today. Foist. Let's take a second and un momento, por favor. Yeah. All is good. All is good. Back to Max. And yeah, we're gonna leave that as it is. Admiral Entropy, if you're in the chat, say hello. We're gonna play with your thing for a minute. Open recent Admiral Entropy wavetable. So, without going into the math of this too much, Admiral Entropy has made a cool wavetable synth that does something similar to the built-in saw and phaser waves, except it lets you generate the harmonics yourself and does it without any clicks. So, we're gonna try this out. I'm gonna make sure my audio is set up correctly. We want to go to Black Hole so that y'all can hear it. And before I turn it on, we follow the instructions and we want to generate wavetables. Alright, and when this light goes off, yep, we should be able to have sound when I turn this on. I'm gonna keep the volume low. Think we're good. Yeah. Yep, we got sound. Nice. So these other sources are for comparison, I believe he told me. So you could listen to it against, this is the built-in saw wave in Max MSP. And this is the one that's actually calculated. And something I really liked about this that's pretty fun is that you can change the number of tables, and it sounds neat in real time. So my first piece of feedback was I jumped in here, and I think that I've limited this number box. I'm gonna pause sound so that I don't hurt everyone, but... Okay, no, I didn't. That's my first piece of feedback. This is working, and I think there's a lot of musical possibilities to it. Just gotta play around with the interface a bit. I think the first thing I would want to do is limit this to a range. Something like, let's try 1 up to 97. And see how that works. This one is not clickable. This shows the maximum number of harmonics generated. Turn it back on. Yep, we're still there. Yeah, there's a pretty sweet range in here, I thought. Like 12 up to 97 where it gets pretty smooth. Yeah, let's actually make that 12 as the minimum. Nice. Can y'all hear this? Let me know if you have any audio problems, if this is too loud or too quiet, because we're not going through live yet. Neat. So let's take a look at the patch for a second. And like I said, do not apologize for the state of your patches. We do what we can, and it is always a work in progress. And learning how to read someone else's code in any language is a really important skill. So, looking at this, there's a lot going on here, but you can pick it apart with a few little threads and figure out where the main guts of this are. So, first thing I'm going to notice is where these presentation mode things are connected up to. So, generate wavetables is like the main dude here. He is telling the patch, go, and figure this stuff out. So I'm going to trace from him. Or her. I wouldn't want to misgender a button. Let's see. We're going to go... So... and I would hate for that remark to be out of context. I don't want to misgender everybody. We're all welcome here, and it doesn't matter what you identify as, and yeah, anyone is welcome, any skill level, anybody of any background, and we just want to learn here. That's the idea. So this bang, first, comes out of here into output value, which is gonna turn... So the word output value, I don't think has any effect on a trigger. I could be wrong, though. Oh, it does. My bad. So output current value without changing state. Alright, so that's going to initially trigger a 0. That's fine. 0 comes out of here, turns off this gate. Something interesting going on here. And then a bang comes to this gate. So to me, that seems like it shouldn't do anything. Let's see. Let's close this. Let's not save it. I want to see how this looks when we open it. And I'm going to add this minimum maximum again. So we wanted 12 up to 97. We'll save that. Yeah. So this is initially... Oh, this is generate ramp. I see. I was looking at the wrong thing. Generate wavetable is the one that we're most interested in. So first that sends a bang over here, which triggers a 1, which turns this LED on. And you can see this LED is set up to receive a 0. That's going to turn it back off again. That tells us, we can see in the interface when the wavetable generation is done. So after we turn this LED on, another bang comes out here and triggers 3 more bangs. Alright, we cool? And first of all, this first bang is going to go up here. We read right to left on patch cables and say send reset, which is received in 2 places. One over here, which triggers 440 Hertz for our frequency, and one over here, use wavetable filter. So that turns that off, whatever this switch does. So that could be a whole other rabbit hole, but this is another trick with learning to understand someone else's code. One thing at a time. We are tracing generate wavetables. So reset turns off the filter, and what was the other thing? Oh yeah, sets the frequency. Cool. So next thing, this bang over here sends the number of tables out somewhere. We'll trace that in a second. And then the last bang, we were here, triggers 3 more bangs. So this is my next piece of constructive feedback for this patch, is combine these and comment where your bangs are going. We shouldn't see 3 patch cords coming out of one outlet. That is an easy way to find bugs. And I mean this in just constructive criticism. This would be my next step, if this were my patch, in how to make it more reliable. No problem with this at all. It does some really cool stuff. And we all, your patch is just in the current place it is. My next step would be to go in here to bits like this and tidy it up so it's one trigger output, or it is a few triggers that are labeled with, so for example, this reset could be its own trigger that says reset to turn off the filter and set frequency. And you could have, instead of just having one send reset, you could have one that says send turn off filter, one that says send set frequency, and that would make it a lot more readable and less prone to human error. So that's all right. Next, this last bang goes over here and says first, okay, we're setting size and samples. We're setting the size of this buffer for the saw test. Cool. And this bang goes over here, and we're delaying it by 100 milliseconds. Comment here says, make sure other things are set up. For some reason, the bang order is not respected, or race with buffer clear. Aha. Yes, so to fix a bug like that, this is what I would work on next, is clean this up so that you have, let's see, I would do something like this. Let's do a bang. Oh no, and that's why, okay, we don't want to do that. When I tried to type in here, we lost these other two patch cords, and I don't want to do that. So I'll make a different one here. Trigger bang, bang, bang. And I would say this is, this is reset. Whoops, not what I meant. Comment this as reset. Give it one more bang, actually, because we want to say do these three things and then trigger the next. So I'd send my first bang here, and now we are going to force the order. So the first bang is going to go, we'll say send use wavetable filter. And instead of banging a 0 here, we can make that a little easier by just sending a 0 instead of a bang. So this guy goes here, and then we would make that into a receive. And then instead of this bit over here, all we need to do is say, put this directly into this addition. And in fact, we're just adding a 1 to this. So this 0 becomes a 1. So we could actually just say send 1 instead of a bang. And this could go directly into where this number box goes. See what I mean? And then this whole bit could then be deleted. Right. So this is refactoring. We've got something that works here, but to clean it up, this is what you would want to do. So the next bang for reset goes to this 440. So instead of a bang again, we could just say 440, and we can say send, call it initial frequency. Make this into a receive. And that's going to go right over there. And now we don't need this anymore. Is there anything else? Right, so the next bang goes and sets the number of tables right there. And we can get rid of this reset because it's not going anywhere anymore. And this guy we no longer need. And bang goes over here. And then we're still going to need this stuff, but we will trigger that from here. So I'm going to take that out. So now I'm gonna pull this up here so we can have a little bit more clarity. Move this out of the way. So now when we say generate wavetables, we are enforcing our order here by saying first, we're going to turn that into a 1 as well, because why not? 1 goes directly into this, whoops, into this LED. That turns it on, and then the bang starts this chain of events. We say send a 1 to use the wavetable filter. We set the initial frequency, then we bang the number of tables, and then bang to actually go through this next piece of logic. So this is what the kind of steps that I would go through. And at this point, I've changed enough stuff that I'm going to do a save as for safety, because you never know. I could have broken something. Nobody's perfect. And let's make sure that stuff is still working. Audio is off. Let's go generate wavetables. Let's turn audio on. Oh boy, did I break it? I could have. Uh-oh. Let's turn it off and on again. I'm going to close this and reopen it. Wavetables. Boom. Oh, wait. I think I have to set my audio. This might be what I messed up here. No, that's going there. Let's turn it on. There we go. Nope, we didn't break anything. Nice. Turn it up a little bit. Nice. Rock and roll. So yeah, those would be the steps. Oh my god, Andremia is raiding. I was so involved in trying to not break this that I did not notice. Thank you, Andremia. Welcome. Holy crap, people. Where are my alerts? I didn't know. Oh my god. Welcome, welcome, welcome. A party of 9. Good lord. What is up, Roscoe? Udra Nightshade. Thank you for the robo-raid, Andremia. Welcome. We're just playing around with this synth from one of our Discord users. A fellowship. That is indeed. 9 people is a fellowship. Aphrodite, meow. Nice to see you as well. So yeah, we've got this wavetable synth that we're playing with from somebody in our Discord. And we were just working on tidying it up a little bit, and we've successfully not broken it. So the next thing I was going to do is make it so that we could actually play it. Let's use a magical little object that I believe is called Mtof, Midi to frequency. I think that's right. Yeah, we can send note numbers in here, and then it'll translate it into a note. And then I think we can plug that into make note, which we can tell to make notes of a certain length. We could put an envelope generator in here, but I think we're going to stick to this for now. Let's do that. Make note. Velocity. Whoops. That's not what we want. Holy crap. Make note. Velocity 60 lasts a second. And now what we need is a note in, which is going to send our MIDI number in here. And then this guy... Oh, wait. That doesn't work. Let's make sure we're getting frequencies out of here. And that is going to plug into... Where's the frequency control? This guy. So let's say send frequency and receive. All right. This goes over here and goes into here. And now I can set this to receive on the IAC bus from our PS3 controller. Yep, nice. We're getting some notes. Let's see if that works. Oh my. Let's come down an octave. Yep. Nice. I played the Batman theme. Nice. So yeah, at that point, it'd be easy enough to put in an ADSR, and what I would want to do is have some control over the number of tables. I think that sounded pretty neat. Yeah, I'd put that on a knob. That sounds sick. Gonna have a pretty badass little synthesizer here, Admiral Entropy. Keep working on it. Love to see some more progress on it, and I hope seeing some of the refactoring helped. I bet that will help to even out some of the timing issues that you're seeing. And yeah, would love to revisit this a bit in the future. So, for our last mission today... Oh, hey, Admiral Entropy. Oh, I'm sorry you missed the notification. You can change the number, but you have to regenerate them. Well, it was definitely doing something. It sounded neat. I didn't need to hit regenerate. It seemed like it was doing some pretty cool FM type stuff scrolling through the tables. I put that on a knob. It's badass. And yeah, so if you missed it, I'm sorry, but it'll be up on YouTube next week, and it'll be on the Twitch channel, so you can go back through it, and we can always talk about it some more on Discord. I think that's going to be a really badass synthesizer. Nicely done. And I really appreciate you sharing it. I want this to be a space where we can all share our work and learn from each other. And yeah, happy to take a look. I'm going to throw the Discord link in here again for other folks who want to come and hang out and share their music and share their programs. So for our last mission today, we're going to do some more jamming, and we're going to tackle the live object model boss that we died at last week. I think I know what happened. I'm going to take you through the process of how I debugged it, hopefully, though I haven't done the final test. We're going to do a boss run here, try it again, and see if I can fix this without crashing Max MSP again. And in the meantime, we are going to take a quick little break, and I will be back in 2 seconds. All right, and we are back. And I'm just catching up with chat. And, yeah, Admiral Entropy, here's your patch again, since you missed it before. This is what I was enjoying playing around with. So I'll generate my wavetables. I've got number of tables set to 97. And I put a minimum maximum on this box so that we could freely control it. And turn this on. Let's see. Oh. I think we... Yeah. Ah, there we go. Go into black hole. I think that's right. Let's try this again. Oh, here we go, I know. Have to remember to... I threw a note in here so we could get some MIDI happening. Come on, this was working. There we go. Needed to re-click the wavetable source. So yeah, there's something funky about this initialization still. I would practice, that's the other suggestion I would have, is I would practice turning this off and on again, and then making sure that it works every time. And yeah, refactor the initialization is the main thing I would say to start with as your next step. But again, this is awesome, and I'm so glad that you shared it. It doesn't need to be in any more complete state than this for us to get cool stuff out of it and to learn from it. Nothing is ever perfect, and we get to figure stuff out together. So I've got some notes coming in here and controlling your frequency. You could put an envelope on that, and this is what I was doing. Isn't that neat? So yeah, I'm not sure quite what it's doing there yet, because I haven't gone super into the guts of your patch here. But whatever that's doing is awesome. And that's the fun of being a programmer about music stuff, is you get to use the musician part of your brain. And this might have not been quite what you were setting out to initially, but certainly sounds neat. Admiral Entropy, it's changing the lookup formulas. Cool! Teeth Engraved says you should try throwing some delay reverb and filter step on this when you jam. That's a great idea. And also wanted to respond to Andremia earlier. You mentioned seeing what you could do in Max with Granular. There's a lot you can do in Max with Granular. Remind me and I'll send you some links in Discord. I was just watching a tutorial about it last night. Good things to come. All right. Yeah, filter step on this would be cool. You know what? Sure. What the hell? Let's try something... Actually, that's more than we have time for this week. But next week, perhaps we will revisit this. And what I would do, if you get to it before me, Admiral Entropy, is put an envelope on this so that you can do note in and have it actually do an ADSR around your frequency. Put a knob on the number of tables to change your lookup formula. And make this into a Max for Live device. Because then you could sequence it, you could put effects on it, just like Teeth Engraved was suggesting. Yeah. And thank you. Sorry, Admiral Entropy says, I really appreciate your comments and taking the time to look at it. Hey, no, that's what we do here. This isn't just me. This is all of us learning. And yeah. No problem at all. I'm so glad that you were brave enough to share your work in progress, and I hope others will follow. Teeth Engraved says, I think Filter Step is under Audio Modern. Yeah, we'll pull that up. That sounds fun. And, yeah. Andremia says, sweet. All right. Admiral Entropy says, it was really only intended as a science experiment to see if I understood how wavetable synths should anti-alias. Well, there you go. Started as a science experiment, now you've got a synth. You better finish it, because then we can play with it. Cool. Back to jamming. Is this still working? Too many things open. Yeah, alright. Oh. No, that's right. That's what we want. Oh, we just have our filter closed. I think. What is happening? Let's close this. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. Okay, we're not still in MIDI map mode. We're getting input here. Ah, we're in toggle mode. That's one thing. Joystick's coming in. We're probably in the wrong octave or something. Let's just see. Oh yeah, that's why we're not getting any sound. I hit up too many times. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Now we're back. That's all still working nicely. Nice. So yeah, let's tackle this final boss, shall we? Last week, this stumped us a bit, and I think I know what was happening. So our goal here... Whoops. Come back, screen. Our goal here is we want to be able to directly map our joysticks and things from inside of Max to these knobs. And we want to do that with the live object model. And so I followed a tutorial, and we're going to just do this again and hopefully not mess it up. So Max for live. I'm going to make a new MIDI track. I'm ready for this boss run, chat. We're going to do this, and it's going to be awesome. Okay, let's open an audio effect. I don't know why I put it on a MIDI track. It doesn't really matter. Let me think for a second. Let's actually put it over here, since there's lots of devices on here. Let's open up Max within Live. I'm nervous. Okay, so let's look at our notes. So our bug last time was that we couldn't send data into live remote tilde, even though it looked like we were setting the ID correctly. We were getting errors with live.object, and we weren't sure if they were related or not. And this is how I fix things. I write everything down and go step by step and try to pull it apart. So the error in question was live.object, no valid object set. So, my thought process was, where are those errors coming from? Some kind of initialization? Does the tutorial work? If so, what is different about it? So that was my first step. We're starting from a tutorial, so I checked that. The tutorial did work. We can click once on a map button and assign the observer, and then we get an ID and any parameter we click. So, next we are figuring out what is different. So for initialization, the tutorial used live.thisDevice instead of clicking on the message. That gave me the same result. I was still getting those errors. So then I asked, are the errors irrelevant? Still getting no luck with live remote tilde. Could be irrelevant, but probably they matter because we don't get those errors in the tutorial. So the tutorial wasn't saying no valid object set. So that tells me probably it was related. And let's see. So first I'm going to save this. Then, shall we live dangerously? We could reopen our cursed patcher from last week and see if we could fix it. Or we could just do it over again. Oh, here's the one that I started over. Let's try this guy. So, mapper, I believe. Thinking. So bear with me, chat. So this is another good debugging question. How to approach this problem. Do we start from where we were, or do we start over again? I guess in this case, we're going to just start over again. So what we need is a live.path. Right. And we need to tell it what path we're interested in. In this case, we are interested in path... Whoops. No! Actually, I'm changing tack. I'm going to open up the in-progress one because it's already 3 o'clock. And we're going to see if we can live dangerously and fix it. Because I think I know what was going wrong. So I'm going to delete this. I'm going to close this first. I'm going to close this. And I'm going to open this. Aha. Yes, this is the one that I was working on a little bit on my own. Right. Yes, so here's what we got. Live.thisDevice just says start. It's like a load bang. And once the patch is loaded, then we trigger this method. We trigger this message. It says, the path that we're interested in is this current live set. So another important programming technique. If you're just joining us, some of this looks fucking crazy and you probably don't know where we are, but you don't need to understand every little detail. Keep a bird's eye view in order to not get scared of all of the details. So we're saying, we're interested in this current live set, and we send that into live path. And it reports ID 1. That means it found it. This ID goes up here. I'm going to select this and can I make them a little bigger? Yeah, now we can see what we're doing. So this ID comes in here and is sent into live observer, followed by a bang saying that within this live set, we're interested in a particular property called selected parameter. We want to know what knob we've clicked on so that we can map it to a joystick. That's the goal. Bird's eye view. Now, live observer needs to... So this is right. This is what I figured out after some trucking along, is that this error message... So I tried defer low after live observer instead of directly triggering the list, because that's something I saw in the tutorial. Ruled that out, I was still getting errors. And what's interesting is that it looked like live object was finding the things that I clicked on. So you can see it reported the name here, boom frequency, but live remote was still doing nothing. And reading the error message carefully, live object, no valid object set. What does that actually mean? it sounded to me like ID 0. It wasn't finding anything that was a valid object. So on a whim, I tried doing this. Route ID, select 0, and just on a theory that maybe we're getting errors because we're getting ID 0. And it turns out that that's what's going on. We are getting the correct ID for a knob that we click on, but we were also getting some extra ID 0s along with it. Who knows? Something in the live API. Doesn't really matter. Would be nice if we weren't, but we have no control over that. That's just the way it is. So what we need to do is prevent those ID 0s from coming over here to live remote tilde, because it doesn't know what to do with those. We were getting the correct ones, but then afterwards, I'm printing it out, you can see that we were getting ID 0 as well, which would tell live remote to clear, and it wouldn't be controlling anything. So my theory is that if we put a gate in here using a map button to just get one ID, the thing we click on, then this should work. So I'm going to take this out because it was just being used to confirm my theory. So I was routing out the ID word here and saying, send a bang if I get 0, and then print this. And indeed, we were getting some ID 0s. So we don't need this. We do need this defer low. And from this defer low, now we need a gate. So I'm going to say live.text button. I think it's called? Yeah, live.text. And we can make this all nifty and say the word map. And then this will work just like the LFO that we see inside of Ableton, I think, with any luck. I have faith, though, chat. This is going to be the boss run. So, we get a 1 when that is clicked and a 0 when it's off. We're going to send that into a gate. The gate should start as off. So the arguments are the number of outlets, we want 1, and the initial state is 0. Cool. Now our ID from Live Observer is going to go in here. And what we want to do is then say, when we get an ID, first thing we're going to trigger is turn the gate off immediately. So first it's going to be a 0. Then we're going to trigger a list to send the ID. And then we're going to trigger a bang to get the name, minimum, and maximum for that knob. Okay, chat, stop me if you got questions, and we will figure this out. I got faith. I got faith. So this 0 is going to come right back into here to turn this button and this gate off. Move that so it's tidy. Cool. And then this list is going to go, we don't need this second defer low, I think. And we don't need that. All right. And ooh, that's a little messy looking. Make sure we can see where our cables are going. There we go. So first the 0 goes in to turn the gate off, so we only get one ID. That is our operating theory right now, is we were getting some extra ID 0s that were confusing live remote. And it looked like it was working because our messages would still come through here. ID 0 doesn't trigger any messages because it doesn't have a name or a minimum. We just saw the working one, and then everything would get turned off again by those extra ID 0s. And then finally a bang to say get the name, minimum, and maximum. All right, let's test that much. Save. And close. I think we can, yep. All right, so we can see our map button. Actually, let's just put a couple things into presentation mode here. So we need this guy, and we need these. And we're going to say presentation mode, map, and then we should see the name, minimum, and maximum show up here. Cool. Cool. And here's the inspector. I just want to tell this to open in presentation. Save, and Bob's your uncle. All right. Big money, no whammy. So if I click map... Oh. Yep, there we go. And then I click pre-delay. Okay, so that much works. And if I click map again... Oh, I have to click it twice. That's kind of interesting. But whatever, we can fix that another time. Density. Cool. So that much works. Let's open it back up again and see if we can get this to work for live remote. So hopefully this same ID should be able to work here. We don't need another defer low. We have no errors yet, so it looks like so far so good. We've gotten rid of our no valid object sets error. And the big turning point for this was read the error messages. Read them carefully. No valid object set is what told me, hey, that could be ID 0. Maybe I'm just getting some bad IDs in here. And then find a way to test it. So I just printed it out. That's the takeaway here for debugging in any language. You know, of course I'm jinxing myself. Hopefully this actually works and fixes it. So first thing we're going to do is trigger a bang to say ID 0 just to clear any previous ones here. And then we're going to send the new ID in. And hopefully then this number box, let's add it to presentation, should let me control whatever knob we click on. And because I'm not real sure of what's happening with this map button, I'm just going to do a regular old toggle here. Because I know exactly how that works. I guess that's another good technique, is don't try and do too much at once. Test one unknown at a time. The unknown we're testing right now is if we can send an ID into this remote object. We don't want to have an extra thing in the works, this map thing that we don't know about yet. I just want a switch, so use a switch. Don't make life hard on yourself. Add that to presentation mode. Put it up here. Save. Close. Let's turn it on. And then we click size. We got room size 0 to 1. And then with any luck, when I turn this, it works! Oh, look at that, chat. We did it. We can change the size on the reverb. And click that, and let's do dry wet. Oh, it works. Pray slaughtered! Pray fucking slaughtered. We did it. Admiral Entropy says, learning the live API is something on my list. I've seen lots of great things done with it. Yeah, it's been on my list too, so here we are. We're figuring it out. I wanted to be able to map stuff, and that is what we are doing. And now what we could do is jump in here. We don't need this. And we have this nice little setup for mapping to a knob. What we would want to do is say min $1 max $1. Those go in there, and those go in there. I think that will set our number box correctly. And then just for proof of concept, let's do CTL in, and we're going to send our controller value in here. And I'm going to say this is from CC. What do we got in our patch here? Left X is CC2 on channel 1. And we're going to scale that. So what I want to do is just have a joystick be mappable here. That was my goal. Scale is going to go from 0 to 127 down to whatever these are, actually. So we don't actually need this. We do want a number box here so we can see what we're doing. Scale goes in there, control in goes there. Gonna have this default to 0 to 1 because that is the minimum and maximum for most live parameters. Add this to presentation mode. Add this to presentation mode. All right. Save. Boy, I really hope this works. We're gonna set, oh, it's not letting me. Oh, that's right. Damn it. All right, that's fine. That's fine. Let's go over here. Let's unlock this. Raw joystick L. We're going to take this guy and all of this. We need our raw data. And I just want one joystick. We don't need a MIDI port, we just need this number. Alright, not changing anything here. We're going to jump back over here. I'm going to paste all of this stuff. So there's our high. And here's our B patcher. We will want, we'll want that in presentation mode. We'll want that in presentation mode. And now this guy is going to give us our 0 to 127. Fingers crossed, chat. We're getting data in. Oh. Missed a thing. That needs to go in there. Oh, I think we just... Okay, I see what we did. We just didn't copy something. We got this. We got this. We don't need that. What we need is... Yep, missed a dude over here. We want this. We want all of this. All of this. Copy. Paste. There we go. Now we're getting joystick stuff. All right. Oh, that's Y. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Sweet. Yeah, we can do that. Let's do this over here. And that's what's going to go into our knob. That's our mapping stuff. And if this works, then eventually we can port our whole patch in here and not have to have it as a separate app, which would be sweet. All right, so, yep, joystick's coming in. And let's save this. Let's close it. Let's jump back in here. And we can still leave this running. This is fine. So now, let's make sure to pick this in here. We are getting left Y. Let's map it. We haven't done size yet. We're going to do size. All right, cool. And it works! Oh my god, check it out, chat. We got it. Prey slaughtered. When I go up and down, we are controlling the size of this reverb. Holy crap. Joy to the world. Do a last little jam here and we'll call it. Let's get our octave set right. So where are we? Yeah, we're too high again. Come down a couple octaves. Come on now. Let's open up Contact. We're getting some notes. It's just being blocked because of this mapper. This needs to be somewhere before here. Because it is an audio effect. Okay, that's alright. All we need is to be passing, plug in, plug out. Save, close, select, map. Yep, that's working. Now can we hear stuff? Yep, we got it. Oh my god. Yay! Thanks, Ethan Graves. Toot! Toot to you. And Dreamy, alright, have to go. Have a great stream. Good luck breaking things. Sorry, I mean, not breaking things. No, that's what we do here. We break things. That is how we learn. But we got it. And thanks again for the raid, Andremia. And now, without having an external patch, we can control our reverb. Let's do a different thingy here. Dry wet. Yeah! That's all working. Nice. Well, I would call that victory, chat. Look at that, we did it. Mission accomplished. And yeah, so down the line we can convert our PS3 controller into a native Max for Live, easily mapped instrument with its own built-in synth, and you won't have to have anything extra open. That's going to be freaking awesome. We'll have a little map button for each of our controls here, and it's going to be badass. So yeah, thanks for joining me. I think I'm going to call that a stream, and it's been so lovely to see you folks here again. Looking forward to the next one. I think that this week I will be back either next weekend or early next week, but I'm taking a little vacation. It's me and my husband's 16-year anniversary celebrating this week. So taking the time off of work, and we will be back the following week. Let's go find somebody to raid. Time to raid. Who is on? And Dreamy, I was going to raid you this week, but you beat me to it. Oh yeah, let's go raid the Gaming Kings. They're cool. Here we go. They are about to start. Alright, happy Sunday, chat. It has been a pleasure. Raid now. See you next week.